All right, go to plandemicseries.com and check this out. It shows how like Event 201, y'all heard of that?
Yeah.
All right, so like they did a dress rehearsal of a pandemic before this all happened, and they used a coronavirus with fake news coverage using all the same buzzwords that they did to like brainwash the whole planet. So anyways, that I helped play that through public comment at the Board of Supervisors meetings. Oh.
Finish it up to another joke or two.
Okay.
Just let you know, it's
10:30. What's how much? Like a few minutes?
Just like another couple minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll do what I can.
It's 10:30, so we just want to keep it down for the next.
All right, yeah, I just didn't know because of the non-amplified style.
But it's not amplified.
No, I know, but it's 10:30 and we've got people camping, kids camping, and just, you know.
All right. Well, so anyways, the point is that I was making to the black public health officer, I was like, she doesn't care about black power. She wants us to lack power. She wants people to be dependent on the pharmaceutical industry, which is totally ridiculous. And then, like, when I talk to people of color, like, I got tons of black friends. Nobody said I was racist. And then I talked to, like, other people about it. And I'm like, yo, if I see a person of color and I'm talking to them, I'm like, hey, I'm the guy. And then, like, I got, like, fist bumps and stuff. And they're like, that was hilarious. So it's, like, funny because, like, all these woke wannabe white people, like, are, like, freaking out about their image and stuff. And it's just kind of ridiculous. So yeah, pretty much I'm attacking the narrative, and I get the immune response from the corrupt system and of them. And I'm talking about the they live them, you know, like the ones that, like, if you remove the illusion, be like, yo, you're some hideous alien who hates our freedoms, like that kind of them. That's the they live type them, you know what I'm saying? Because yeah, like basically trying to share the truth in this world is like, you know, they try to hide it, like it's like trying to find truth, like trying to find Kid John Wayne Gacy's house. You got to dig for it.
Oh my God.
I mean, if we're going to put masks on anybody, we need to put masks on the billboards. You know, we got like the fast food industry. They're like trying to get us all sick. You know, you got the children of the high fructose corn syrup. Like that's a problem. Instead of McDonald's, they're trying to sell unhealthy food for Mexicans. I call it Stickdonald's. We got the cotton candy man. Like, these are the horror people, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to have a mentally Pepsi challenge, basically. You need to stop drinking high fructose corn syrup. Yeah. Diabetes causes blindness, by the way, which is funny because it's all short-sighted. That's not just obesity because you can't see your feet. Is gingerbread the drywall of diabetics? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, trying to find healthy foods like crazy because it's like they've literally tossed the salad.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then they say they want to flatten the curve, and it's just like, it's totally ridiculous. I think flattening the curve is kind of like what they're doing to our brain waves, you know? Like, they don't want people to think for themselves, you know? It's like the IQ test is like the mask. It's like, hey, you don't think for yourself. It's written all over your face. And that's what the apocalypse is about. It's removing of a mask. Has anybody heard about that? And I wanted to ask, too, before I get out of here, does anybody know anybody that's actually died or allegedly of, like, COVID?
Yeah.
I do.
All right, so I have a grandma, and they said that she died of COVID, and it's just like, she was in a nursing home where they like crammed all the sick people, and then they like didn't feed her and gave her a bunch of morphine. So it's like, did she die of COVID, or did she die from you basically triaging her? Like, so it's kind of crazy. And a lot of people that died, they didn't give anybody treatment before, and that's another thing that's totally scandalous. They didn't want anybody to get treated until they went to the hospital where they give them the toxic drugs, and then they put them on a ventilator when their blood is already clotting in their lungs, and then they're gonna die. So it's just totally crazy. Let me see how I can skip ahead here. And then like ivermectin is just like, they use it all the time in Africa. Nobody's dying there because they use ivermectin all the time. And then they said it was a horse medication. It's like, hey, I know they say black people are hung like horses, but is that really why they call ivermectin a horse medicine, you know? And then what's thing is messed up, multiprenavir or something it's called, is a replacement of a new, like, non-generic they're trying to make money off of. Turns out that they started using that on horses. So they're demonizing ivermectin, which didn't come from horses, and then they're using a medication they started with horses to replace it. So that shows the double speak and the hypocrisy of this whole system. And this is like being promoted by people like Bill Gates. By the way, I think Bill Gates named his company after himself, being a limp dick dweeb, Microsoft. So anyways, and then Fauci, gain of function. It's just like, he's like, I'm not doing gain of function when Rand Paul showed that he was. And it's just like, well, it depends. It's like Clinton, like, depends on what your definition of is. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you are doing what we just said. Like, it's just evil. And so yeah, basically the government tells us we can't handle our crap, and they're giving us laxatives. Because, like, they created the virus. It's just like somebody that's, like, raping people, and I'm going to sell rape whistles. Like, what? Are you kidding me? Like, you guys are demented. So, yeah, they're, like, a bunch of... And they make these weird models. I want to talk about tech real quick before I get out of here. Is, like, they're, like, malevolent meteorologists. Like, they create these, like, doomsday scenarios that they say everybody's going to go through. And it's just like, you guys are just making money. It's like... And then they want to create AI, you know? And I don't know if you know much about like the vaccines and stuff and how they want to make the digital tattoos, but like when I think of AI, I think artificial insemination. Because they're making people like not functional, you know what I'm saying? That's a problem. 2 weeks to flatten the curve. I think that's just them getting their foot in the door. It's just like their version of the fascist version of just the tip. So anyways, I'm trying to stay well grounded in facts and science and stuff. And that was most of my childhood, was being grounded. Isn't it weird too? Like the Tedros, the guy's the head of the WHO. Like this is my last page here. He's an Ethiopian, and when I think Ethiopians, I think of people that run, but not people that run global healthcare. This is kind of ridiculous.
Not when you're like a criminal from over there.
Yeah, no, and there's that. I mean,
Like a known criminal.
yeah, if I had more time, I'd go into that maybe next time. You know. But yeah, and then like originally when this happened, he's like, "There's no human-to-human transmission." Everything they've said from the get-go, like read "Pandemia" by Alex Berenson. The guy's banned off of Twitter for like saying government facts and showing how the narrative has been nonsense. Like, it's totally crazy. One thing that's funny too is that Wuhan, the lab there, where COVID came from, that was built by the French, and it's just like no wonder they lost it because the French lose everything. It's history. Facts. And another thing that's funny too is they call it COVID-19. It's like usually call the virus where it comes from, like Ebola. That's from a place, and it's Ebola or whatever. You know, Spanish flu. That's not even accurate because the Spanish were just the press who wasn't fascist and covered it, and then they said it's Spanish, but it actually came from America. But anyways, if I was going to have a name for chlamydia, for instance, I would name it the Tiffany virus. A little TMI. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, the science. Alright, so I'll just end with this about old people. So it's just like the people that are dying of this are like over 80 and they have like multiple health conditions. And it's just like, you know, old people crap themselves all the time too. Like, am I supposed to wear diapers in solidarity with them? It depends.
It would definitely make them rich, right?
But yeah, so here we are with the chin diapers, and we're in mask hysteria. It's just totally ridiculous. And then, you know, I'll end with a little joke for the children here. So yeah, they have the distance learning, and I think really what that means is it's a long shot that the kids are actually going to learn anything. And then yeah, more kids actually die swimming in water, or not swimming, I guess. So like, what are we going to do? Research how to give them gills? So anyways, yeah, I'm Jason Robo. Hope I didn't bomb too much like U.S. foreign policy. Appreciate you guys. And have a good night. Oh, look me up COVID19nonsense.com. I post like a lot of the factoids from my books there and that I read. And I'm going to do a podcast soon, so I'll try and send that out to the group. So,
Yeah.
Cheers.